Welcome to Quality. Today we're going to discuss deviation blind spot. What is it and how big is the problems? You would be surprised that it can cost up to $2 million for a mid-size regulated company. Again, the question is why QA teams cannot see what FDA finds in 30 minutes. So let's say in the last quarter you had 50 plus deviation closed and all the investigations have been done, corrective actions have been created, all the documents have been properly audited, and your team feels confident. Everything looks good on paper. But the problem is they are fragmented. What I mean is they are not connected. We'll see how the fragmented systems can impact your bottom line. Here is an example. You have an issue with the raw materials, and the manufacturing finds that there is a seal integrity failures, and it has happened over last 4 weeks. Different batches have been impacted, and the root cause have been identified as equipment adjustment or equipment failure. And the same issue has been identified, or the same issue has appeared in QC in different weeks, and that has been noted as analyst error. And the packaging department also finds similar issues with the different SKUs, but they noted that issue as a supplier issue. The same root cause is the raw material spec drift, but it has been identified as different root causes in different departments. Your QA team sees the individual deviations as department level issues because they are being handled in different systems. If someone digs into details over last 6 months, they would see the patterns. But when the FDA inspector is on site, they see the entire operations. They look at the cross-department data and they identify the, the pattern recognition, and they are spot on and they see the issue within 30 minutes. The question is why patterns stay invisible. The different departments are not connected. Your manufacturing QMS, your QC LIMS, packaging systems, your supplier portals are not connected. So you don't see the patterns easily. And the systemic issues would appear as isolated incidents. And you are investigating the symptoms only. You are not identifying the actual root causes. That is what we call as pattern tags. As you can see, if you have 50 to 80 deviations occurring yearly, and cost of one investigations, the cost of doing the root cause investigations, implementing actions can easily run up to 6K to 12K for investigations. And if you multiply those numbers, you can easily run up to $1 million invested in investigation time. On the top of that, you have batch losses, you have material wastage from undetected patterns, you have customer complaints, and you have remediation costs. If you have a modern quality management systems which is integrated with artificial intelligence, you can see the unified quality management system. You'll have visibility in real time across the departments. You'll be able to predict the failure before it happens, and you can identify the trends and analysis in real time, which can reduce your findings significantly. Here is an example of pattern detections in actions. Here is an example of pattern detection in actions. Here is a mid-size med device company with 400 million annual revenue. They have more than 200 plus deviation in a year, and it takes 4 to 6 months to identify the patterns across the departments, and they have more than 35% repeat deviations. So after they have implemented the modern QMS system, so they are seeing 14 different pattern clusters within 30 days, and they're able to prevent these issues before the inspection findings. And the repeat deviations have significantly reduced, or the remediation costs have been avoided up to $60 million saved. Here are 5 critical insights. So the pattern blind deviation can cost $2 million a year, and you have repeat investigations which can be prevented. The patterns which FDA finds in 30 minutes because they are looking at your entire operations. They're not just looking at individual departments. You'll be able to connect the fragmented systems. The modern KMS connects the quality data and analyzes the patterns, and the prevention is 10x cheaper than the remediations. The deviation that you cannot see cost more than the ones you can see. So if you want to assess the patterns across your department, we have developed a tool, pattern assessment visibility tool. It takes 20 minutes. You can plug in the numbers. This has a checklist. It gives you an instant score and prioritized 90-day action plan. You can connect with us at quality.com, or you can send us a message. We'll send you the pattern visibility assessment tools, or you can comment on this video. We can send you pattern visibility assessment tool. Thank you.